They had to win 3-0 their match and also needed a little bit help of the other teams, but finally it worked out. And well, it's a very interesting match. Also the first game we're seeing here, Lundqvist against João Monteiro. Difficult to judge who will be the favorite there. What I know, usually Lundqvist has some trouble against lefties, and Monteiro was doing a reasonably good World Championship so far. Yesterday also beating Hršiven, and having also a good match with, for example, Karakazovic, managed to beat Karakazovic also. So I think maybe Monteiro a little bit favorite there, but everybody knows one moment Jens Lundqvist, if he starts rolling with his rocket forehand, it will be difficult to stop him.
Yeah, indeed, and as you say there, Richard, Monteiro ranked 54 in the world, and Jens Lundqvist 64. So on world rankings, I guess Monteiro slightly ahead. And in terms of track records in world championships and the like, both players reaching the last 128 on a regular basis. Lundqvist actually in 2003 and 5 reaching the last 64. So evenly poised. Both experienced players on the circuit now. 28 years of age Monteiro, and Lundqvist 32. There is the Swedish player, and indeed, as you say, Sweden lucky to get through on the count back from their group. In fact, they finished third behind China, and in second place Hong Kong, China. So they did well on the count back for the last match in the group last night. Great to see the yellow of Sweden, though, coming through the ranks. Obviously a powerhouse in years gone by in the 80s and the 90s. Of course, we're joined on the bench there. He will hopefully be on third match, Jörgen Persson. The crowd here in Dortmund will love to see Jörgen back here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 89, everybody remembers not only the doubles final of Roscoe Fetzner, but also the final between Jan-Ove Walten and Jörgen Persson, where he lost against Waldi. 2 years later, took revanche, was 91 world champion in singles as well. So he has quite some experience.
So, first match of this last 16 encounter, and we're getting underway with Jens Lundqvist.
Blocking the ball.
And straight away, umpire suggesting that he's blocking the ball on the serve. Nice start for Jens.
Left one.
Sometimes can be off-putting when the umpire questions your serve. You have to refocus. Good open rally there.
Yeah, and we see a little bit also the direction the match might take. Jens a little bit closer to the table, João Monteiro playing from half distance, trying to find the game there.
And remarkable, Richard, in terms of these two table tennis nations, and certainly in the men's game. Obviously Sweden have been at the very top in the last 20, 30 years. And Portugal, by contrast, when I was playing for Ireland, we used to contest places 30, 40, 50 with Portugal. What happened to Portugal then? How have they managed to lift themselves up to this level?
Well, I think also not so easy to say, but I think they followed a little bit the way of Spain, who was also quite some promising players there, and they were a little bit lucky also in this way that they have a very good generation coming together, like Marcos Freitas, Thiago Apollonia, João Monteiro. They are, okay, a little bit different of age, but all together really forming this team, and well, they are maybe at this moment, I think, after Germany, among the strongest teams in Europe.
Aggressive flick over the table from Monteiro.
See this, many are using this backhand over the table. Easier to step in the ball.
I notice a lot of the players now stepping across and taking the receive on the backhand as well, Richard, rather than playing in the forehand, perhaps a little bit technically more difficult with the wrist and so on.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not only Ovtcharov or Tsang-Yike, it's many are doing this way. And many are also opening the ball like Monteiro did with the backhand. It's easier above the ball, easier for really like what you mentioned, changing the wrist there. But main thing is you don't only play the one ball, but you follow, you turn around, you're coming after with a good forehand topspin.
Good exchanges already in the first game of this first match.
Yep. And you see Monty there, still quite close to the table and keeping the body tension. That's always very important if you receive a fast topspin like from Jens Lundqvist.
Not conceding ground, not conceding power.
Exactly. And not getting loose the body. Otherwise, we say like you start to dance lambada and this is not table tennis. Both players have the weaker side, the backhand there, and both players already twice missing this backhand. Good push here, quite aggressive, and you see also from the technique it's not that clean, but anyway, the main target of Jens should be trying to get his forehand topspin in position.
Left, 5, 7.
Swedish support in and around courtside. Very important to have great team spirit, of course, at a World Championships. It's 8 days of competition. Crucial to success is to have good team spirit, good team support, which no doubt, Richard, the German men and women have in abundance, playing the World Championships on home soil.
A little bit poor return. I mean, both players trying to play quite some short returns. Problem is always if you misread the spin, because this was a little bit side spin, up spin, then you try to play this ball short and the ball is always half high and it's easy to finish the ball then.
Super ball down the middle, super.
But start with a good service and with a quite poor return of Lundqvist. And I wonder why he's not trying to give this ball long, make Monteiro move, because he knows also he's like much better forehand and backhand, like make him move in both corners.
Yep. Too easy in the middle of the table.
Exactly.
Nice touch there from Monteiro. Beautiful receive. Just dinking it into Lundqvist's forehand, keeping it low. So, Monteiro receiving, but has 3 game points in this first game. Good service from Jens Lundqvist there. Saves 1 game point.
Try to change the service this time. Usually before he was serving very often like spin and no spin. Now changing from 10-7 to 10-8 with his side spin, up spin. Good choice from Jens there to step inside, this time returning with the backhand, not giving Monteiro a 3rd time in a row a weak return with forehand.
Ice cool there. Lundqvist on the block, absorbed the pressure. Monteiro, will it be 3rd time lucky on the game points? Must try to maximize use of the serve. That was the top spin again, I think, Richard.
Yeah, and this time Jens, I think, would have been ready. Tried to flip that ball probably.
10, 9. Left, 10, 9.
3 let services in a row can sometimes break your concentration.
I think Jens was in this way a little bit hesitating what he should do, and he was not sure what kind of spin is inside the service. Choose one more time short return, this time with backhand, still a little bit high, not half long half high as it was before, so Monty could easily that time follow with forehand, but like still too high, so Monty had the chance to have this flick shot. It was a very aggressive flick, no chance for Jens, I think, to return that ball.
So a good start by the Portuguese player. And will the German staff be in the crowd, Richard, observing this? Will Jörg Rosskopf be here, or does he feel maybe that he knows the players well enough?
I think he might get in some information. I'm not sure if he will be here in the venue. Maybe he will be watching this game somewhere else, because I know they send this game also in some special rooms for the Germans there. So
yeah.
I think they will watch it, but I'm not sure if all the players will watch the game.
And I guess they know the players
yeah.
well from the World Tour. These players are playing against each other on a regular basis.
And it was semi-final and final of last European Championship. I mean, Sweden made the final there, lost to Germany. Portuguese team made the semi-final, lost to Germany. So I think the Germans also quite know them very well.
Yeah. So Monteiro off to a good start, and now has the service in the second game. Good first topspin down the middle again. Seems to be a theme here.
And I wonder when the first one really is trying to open this ball from return, like long in forehand, long in backhand, a little bit flicking more, not always playing short, both like this.
Both working hard to get the forehands in, exert pressure on the opponent.
Oh, nice one.
Oh, beautiful. Moved himself well.
Very well.
A full swing at that one.
And very, very good footwork, because it was deep block and he used to play the forehand there, really turning around, open the table and be able to play this topspin deep out in Jens Lundqvist's forehand. Difficult ball in this position. First long return, first long flip in backhand of Monteiro, and caught him a little bit on the wrong leg.
Fault service there from Monteiro. Spring in the step now of Jens Lundqvist with a 4-2 lead in this second game, with service to come. Advantageous position. Can he take advantage of it? Ball just clipping the net a couple of times during that rally. Or certainly there on that one, just enough to put Lundqvist off. Top edge. Apology there from Monteiro. Good movement again, Richard, from Monteiro. Takes the receive early on the forehand side and moves right across.
Yep.
Okay, perhaps not textbook technique, but he's still able to get the forehand in there.
And he's able to keep this body tension also. He's not that perfect position. Jens sometimes, if he's getting the long receive of Monty, not using the leg in the best position, like rushing maybe a little bit too much, he should come down with the legs, and then he can produce maybe sometimes also a softer topspin, not always the fast topspin.
Good sequence there from the Portuguese player. Was trailing 4-2, now leads 6-4. Of course, in table tennis, a blink of an eye and things can change.
Monteiro in one moment. Okay, now we see the footwork of Jens. But what I wanted to mention is that like really Monteiro is a little bit the running man, like turning around, coming with forehand all over.
Wonderful stuff. Like two boxers going head to head. There's the footwork again, although that one, okay, was the one he missed, but certainly fantastic movement to always be able to play the forehand.
Question is from Jens' side, why is he playing a little bit too much in this backhand diagonal? Would have been maybe not so bad to change the tactic, also to make Monteiro move first in the deep forehand and then coming back in the deep backhand. He missed 2-3 times this chance. Still 6-6. You know, and now Monteiro is doing it quite well with his service, changing position before a little bit more to the middle forehand, now a little bit more to middle backhand, pushing Jens to have like also backhand return, and also before changed with a long service. So in this moment he's doing quite well with his service.
Bad miss that though from Monteiro. That was a chance. Had sat up quite nicely for him. Nice feeling, Monteiro. Lovely return again. Looked like a little bit of a float service, no spin. Monteiro able to control that.
And main thing is, and that's what he really improved. I mean, everybody knows he's moving forehand all over. But main thing is he want to do an extra step to reach maybe again the top 50 in the world. I think he has been 42 in the world ranking. He needs to improve the backhand. And that was the crucial point there. On the fast topspin of Jens, he was not reacting with forehand, but like with the block down the line, parallel, doesn't give Jens time to react. And that's on the game of Monteiro, it's crucial.
Might just see it again here. So that was the nice receive.
Flick.
Solid flick.
Block.
And a good control block, parallel. And I think Ulf Karlsson called the timeout. Early perhaps in a match of timeout, but let's look at the score. Looks to be a crucial moment. Monteiro leading 1-0, and with that block on the backhand side, taking an 8-7 lead in this second game.
And it's important that Jens making the next point, because after Monty is coming with his service, which was a big problem all the time for Jens Lundqvist to return.
This time, Jens Lundqvist's turn to dominate with the forehand topspin. Would Ulf Karlsson have given him advice on the potential serve? He changed it there to the reverse serve.
He made the reverse serve. He was doing that before, but maybe Ulf Karlsson reminded him, go for the service now.
Ah, there's the ball, Richard, you're talking about.
Exactly.
Parallel, well executed by Jens Lundqvist.
And waiting for the half-long service. First time he was trying to not rush the ball, but like waiting if the service is coming out. And worked out very well.
So the timeout seems to have done Jens Lundqvist no harm whatsoever. He was trailing 8-7. Wise words of Ulf Karlsson. And the break and the moment to reflect. Coming back onto the table, aggressive, positive, powerful. Now has the service at 10-8, 2 game points.
Brave return there, coming with his backhand side spin flip. He should have done that with the 8-7.
Pumped up Jens Lundqvist blitzes the forehand cross court. We've had 2 games now, 11-9, and it's 1 game apiece. So very evenly matched up.
Crucial point was not only the return of Monteiro that was maybe a little bit too passive in some ways, but also that in 8-8 then that Jens was waiting on this half-long service for the first time, because whenever you cannot receive short all the time because the ball was too high, it's also quite obvious that you have to let the ball drop, you have to let the ball jump, and very often this service is half-long. And I think Jens was waiting too long. Many of the service before might have been half-long from Monteiro already.
Interesting to see how that pans out now in the third game.
Third game, Sweden to serve, level. One love.
A little bit fortunate there. And Monteiro, anything specific, Richard, Monteiro should be focusing on?
I'm not that happy with always the short return Monteiro is doing. Like, he should also be ready. Also the spin and no spin service of Jens Lundqvist to answer maybe one time long return in middle, one time long return in backhand. Not like to give Jens the chance always to wait on the short return.
Love, two.
Because Jens is trying this now, to have some variation on return, not always short. Now he was flicking with forehand before he was trying short with the backhand side, waiting on the half-long service. Have this kind of variation, not to give the opponent always the feeling, anyway, I'm serving and the return is short.
Reverse serve again from Lundqvist, and a powerful third ball, taking it nice and early. But again, perhaps a bit passive from Monteiro on the flick.
Either should have turned a little bit to come with a backhand side spin flip, or put the racket up in order to attack directly a little bit stronger, like this.
2-4.
Another apology from Lundqvist. Perhaps a top edge or another net cord.
Both are playing, if they use their forehand topspin, a little bit too much this cross court. Both should, I think, to my point of view, open the table as Jens did before. One ball diagonal, then the next one down the line, to really open the table.
Good defense from Lundqvist. Monteiro spraying the forehands on that occasion.
And there he was trying to open, but like not deep enough.
That was great play.
Now we see it's really a big advantage if you take the balls a little bit earlier. Monteiro, to my point of view, a bit too far away whenever he's using the topspin, giving Lundqvist the time to react a little bit earlier and get some more pressure inside the balls.
4-6.
Couple of flicks now from Monteiro, Richard. He might have heard your advice.
Yeah.
Trails 4-6 though.
A little bit late for fast flick. Maybe it would have been also an idea to play one more time short or just to push it long. He did that in the first game 2-3 times and it worked out not too bad. A little bit too automatic the way Monteiro is playing right now.
Heavy backspin serve from Lundqvist gives him a 3-point advantage coming to the business end of the third game. Playing well positive now, Lundqvist.
Yep.
There we see good attacking ball.
I think Monteiro is still a little bit irritated that he lost this second game. And now
He shouldn't dwell on it too long, Richard, or he's going to lose the third one as well.
Yep. But this I know from Monteiro. From time to time, he's a little bit upset and from inside. He has to find backtrack, and I'm sure he will come back in this fourth game. But third game will be tough for him. And if Jens Lundqvist starts to hit the backhand like this, then he's really on the run. Usually we know him that he's really like a tremendous forehand, really like a rocket. Difficult to stop him, but with the backhand he's usually missing quite a lot. Also he improved it throughout the last years. But still it's a little bit like a hit and hope. But in one moment, if he hits it like this, then it means he has really good feeling, good touch for the ball.
And of course, when you're leading 10-5, sometimes these things are
Yeah.
a little bit easier. There we see some footwork with this camera angle. And the reaction of the bench. They like it too.
Good one.
And that was enough to seal second game in a row for Jens Lundqvist, ranked 64 in the world. And the Portuguese bench actively giving advice.
He has to change a little bit the return. It's like too easy if you concentrate only on the short push. Because like the service of Jens, he's changing a little bit more. It has his reverse service, the spin and no spin service, and too often he's doing the return too easily. And also if he decides to open, he has to risk it. Why not to miss it from time to time, but like you have to risk it. Put some pressure to the opponent.
Jens just saying to Joe that the ball hit his leg and would be a little bit wet. So we're all dry and ready to go again. So not a great start here from Monteiro. It's going to take a good psychological effort here now from the Portuguese player. The luck seems to be with Jens Lundqvist 3 or 4 times now in the last 20 points. He's apologizing.
But crucial moment is that Monteiro is hesitating in returning. Was not sure, maybe half long, maybe short, and that's why he has no power in his return.
And indicating timeout. Richard, how do you coach players in terms of receive? Do you coach a very simple approach, like if the ball bounces on the server side quite close, get ready for the long ball, or be ready for all possibilities?
No, I try. It depends on, first of all, whom I'm coaching. But if it's like really advanced player, I just remind them like, okay, make sure you really step in the ball, or especially if you play against one player who's serving more upspin, make sure it's not you coming underneath, but a little bit more behind the ball. But main thing is you remind them on the possibilities they have. For example, now Monteiro, you see he's returning so often with forehand short and only sometimes coming with a backhand flip. And this backhand flick, it's a good ball from him, I know that.
Yep.
And he's using it not enough.
And arguably it's Jens Lundqvist who's taking a little bit more risks in terms of service variation, receive variation, and he's prepared to give it a go and be aggressive on both, well, we've seen forehand and backhand, so
yeah, definitely.
the score reflecting the approach that both players are taking.
1-4.
Also Monteiro, like 2-3 times, also now not a clean hit. I think he has problems really if the ball stops a little bit to really adjust the way how the ball bounces. And Lundqvist has much less problems with that.
So Monteiro, the body language, not just too positive.
Yeah, head down, shoulders down.
Knows he's in a difficult position now. Needs to show some serious character. Dig deep.
5-2.
Still, he's always fighting. He's known for that. Also, yesterday against Timo, he kept on fighting, trying to stay inside the game. And he will do the same now against Jens, I'm sure about that.
Two good points, although off touch receive, so like you're saying, Richard, still the same approach.
Still the same approach, and Jens had also the chance because he was attacking first. Good block from Jens. A little bit lucky, I think, from Monteiro, but nevertheless, he's back. Because with 2 serves now, he has the chance at least to even it out.
Let's 3-5.
Nice pick up by Lundqvist on the serve, just drifting off from Monteiro.
This is what you said before, like he's a little bit more inside this variation of return, waiting on the half-long service, flicking from time to time. Also, I have the feeling Monteiro is a little bit back now, being a little bit more aggressive again.
Yeah.
Question is also, when did we see the last backhand topspin of Monteiro? He's maybe turning around nearly 100%, and that's a bit too much.
7-4.
So Lundqvist now pushing for the line. He's in the home straight here to give his side a very important positive start to this last 16 match. Oh!
Beautiful.
Again, not doing that very often, Richard, playing parallel. He managed to get his body out of the way there.
Yeah, oof, and this was deep.
Shuffling the body round. The bench love it. They know how important it is in these matches to get off to a winning start. And at 2-1 and 9-4. Lundqvist looking strong.
Yep.
And with the #1 Swedish player to follow, followed by the legendary Jörgen Persson. Could this be Sweden's turn?
9-5.
Okay, but like Marcus Freitas is coming now against Garel, it's for sure it's an open game. Freitas played a good tournament so far. But it's a little bit surprised here that Jens is like 2-1, 9-5 and looks like close to win this game. But it's not over yet.
Not until the final whistle and the shake of the hands.
Come on, please.
Nice touch from Monteiro that time. Good topspin parallel.
Yeah, and this time Lundqvist was a little bit late for the second ball short. And when he's late, you cannot control the ball really a second time short, but the ball will be half long, giving Monteiro the chance to attack with forehand directly.
Oh, great backhander. You must have heard you, Richard. Was that
Exactly.
the first we've seen?
First back and topspin at least in this fourth game.
Good change. Generating a different level of speed and spin.
And a
between the
different
forehand.
timing also.
Arguably quicker, maybe. Taking it in front of the body. 8-9. Oh, slow spin though from Lundqvist. Changes the pace of the rallies. Clever ball. Gives himself 2 crucial match points.
Hit a little bit, I think, the net, but also Monteiro was moving backwards inside the block, and it's always tough to control.
may have thought he'd won that with the third ball attack. Will he change the service and go for the reverse serve again?
Through the forehand side might be an idea. Just it's a risk that it's coming half long and giving Monteiro the chance to attack. But why not? For sure, Monteiro cannot play the reverse service short.
He went for the float. Showing his delight there. It's a great start for Jens Lundqvist. A great start for Sweden.
Good match from Jens, definitely. Played very good table tennis, also like really aggressive, very close to the table. And Monteiro maybe not using all of the chances. I think also a little bit passive, especially in return. But, well, he had the chance at 1-0-8-7, and then Jens came beautifully back to the game. Nice timeout from Tikkan Carlton, actually, also at 8-7. But I think finally Jens deserved this match to win. A little bit more aggressive, a little bit closer to the table, and, well, give Sweden the 1-0 lead.
And the smile says it all, Richard. Loses the first game, but comes back very strong. Ulf